Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors, and it is Pocket Wednesday. Today I'm going to be making pockets with some pattern paper. And so this one it's a big piece that has very little, printing on it. So I cut pieces from it to get a little bit of interest. For instance, this, and the way I'm going to make it is it's going to be a pocket with a fold down flap. And so instead of taking in, I'm not quite sure. I've never used this stuff before to make pockets or anything. And so I'm just kind of going with it and trying to make it work. And I kind of, well, let's see, I'll just tell you what my measurements are of this one here in a second, trying to get a straighter line. So this particular piece that I have is about 5 inches wide and 7.5 long. And it's going to be the back part of the pocket, and this is going to be a flap. But before I do that, I want to give it another layer. And so I thought I would do that with you guys to show you what I think is maybe a little bit easier way, because I'm telling you, this stuff is kind of hard to work with. Let's see where my glue went. So I'm just using some Elmer's glue because I'm going to be stitching. I just want this to kind of stay in place while I cut it. So it's not for, like permanent hold. It's just for temporary until I can stitch it. So yeah, I've never made these before, and I don't know if I'm going to try just 2 layers. I'm hoping that it's strong enough, but I don't really know. So I am just gluing that down in a place that I feel like will make it easiest for me to cut it out. So this is, again, it's to get a second layer. My hands have the jitters this morning. I noticed earlier when I was trying to hold something still. I'm going to just cut this real quick so I can get this big piece off my desk, because it's wanting to slide off my desk anyway. All right. Okay, fling it across the room. I've been working with it for a little while, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and it is quite frustrating. So I think I've seen an example of this on Pinterest, and I'm guessing that maybe the person who I saw a picture of it, I think maybe they folded it up or something to get their pocket. But like I said, I wanted my some sort of interest on it in one place, and so in order to do that I had to do some cutting. So I think that I might try and play with it some more today and try and get some just folded ones. Okay, so let's pretend I have kind of a fold here. Let's go ahead and fold it now that it's double. Okay, and then I have this one that I also cut, and let's see what I want to do here. There was a smear of ink, but it was part of the pattern. It wasn't, but I'm not sure if I want that one. I think I want this one in the front. I think. All right, I'm gonna glue this one as well. And again, this is just to give it a couple of layers so that it's a little stronger. Okay, so the idea would be to take and put them together, and it will be a pocket in here. I think I'll cut that down a little bit. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see the jitter of my hands. I didn't have extra coffee or anything. I don't know. Okay, so, all right. And this was the edge of the pattern, and it has a little curve to it because it was the edge of a pattern, so. All right, so there's that one. And I had one that I kind of had ready, but I'm not sure that it's really ready because I haven't done one yet, and so I'm not sure how I want it. But I think that's good. Now, if I do a stitch there, I'm trying, in my head, I'm trying to think of what it's gonna look like when it's finished and where I want stitching. I'm planning to put some rickrack on it. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move this. I am going to move my sewing machine in, and I'm gonna be moving my camera around so that hopefully you guys can see my sewing. And so just bear with me here for a second because I'm gonna have to really do some wiggling around of my camera. I'll try and do it gently. Try anyway, I don't know. And okay. You guys can see the garbage on my desk. Okay, I'm thinking you'll be able to see my sewing okay, so you guys can see, you know, what I am actually doing. Well, kind of. Let's see. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do a stitch right here. My fold is here. I want to do a stitch here so that there's just kind of a decorative, it's not doing anything. I mean, maybe it's holding it just a little bit, but it's not why I'm doing it. Let's see. And I've got it on a zigzag, and I put some blue thread in because that's blue, so I thought that'd be cute. I also wasn't sure how it would sew, but it's sewing fine. Okay, so it looks like that. Hopefully this turns out okay, you guys. We'll see. Oops. Because like I said, I haven't made one yet. I also wanted to put just a little curve. Nothing perfect. I just don't want it to be real square. Okay, so that will be that one. And then for this, make sure I'm putting it on the right one. So for this one, I want to go ahead and put a seam here because once it's sewn down, glued down, I won't be able to put one here. So I want to go ahead and put one here. Let me do this. I did that there. Sorry, I'm totally working out of camera there. So it's gonna look like that opened. Now I want to sew them together. And I'm gonna try and do it without putting any glue. So I just have them lined up together like this. Hopefully this works out for us. I'm just gonna start over here. We're just gonna go for it. And I'm trying to hold the paper tightly, but to also let it go through the sewing machine so that it stays, I'm trying to hold the paper tightly so it doesn't separate, you know, like it stays lined up. That's what I'm trying to say. But also let it go through the sewing machine, if that makes sense. Oopsie, kind of went a little far there. Almost there. And it's bunching up a little bit, but I actually think that that's good because it'll add a little character to it. A little crinkle, I think. And then I'm just gonna go over it a little there. Okay, so then we have a pocket like this, and it has a nice sound. Now, I don't know how much of that sound will remain once it's glued down, but just getting the threads. This thread won't be showing, but it might, you know, come out the bottom of the thing. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to show you again. Now, if you guys are like, okay, we got it, Stephanie, then, you know, go ahead and fast forward. But what I'm doing is putting a stitch here and one right here where the fold is. I'm going to make this fold a little bit more obvious so that I don't have a problem there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. And I will try to remember to, I usually remember, but to put the link of the pin that I saw on Pinterest, of the ones that inspired me. Let's see. Okay, so those are done. I'm going to get those extra threads out of the way there, if I can pick it up. We had thunder and some really loud lightning last night, and heavy rain with a little bit of hail mixed in, but the hail wasn't real big or anything. But it was pretty exciting, and it was fun to watch the really heavy rain. It happens around here, but, you know, not as often as in some places. So it was fun to watch. We're usually not too worried about, you know, really bad destruction or anything like that when it comes to that sort of thing around here, unless it's in the middle of winter and not winter, summer, and we've had a dry summer. And then we're, of course, worried about the wildfires, but we've had a really wet spring, so there's not much danger of that at this point. Sometimes it's hard to get these lined up the way you want them. I don't know. Again, I'm holding it nice and tight so that the paper stays where I want it, but it goes easily through the sewing machine. And then you just want to keep sewing through. And the 2 layers actually seems just fine. Another layer probably would be nice too, nice thickness, but at the same time I don't want to add too much bulk to my journal. We do get a little localized flooding, so I'm sure that there were some bad areas in Spokane last night. It's not so much out here in our little town, but in Spokane, I remember one time I was in town when this was going on, and I had to drive across a little river, and quite a bit of earth had let loose, and so there were big rocks and stuff like that. So I mean, things definitely happen, but we don't end up having, you know, trouble like some places do, thankfully. Okay, so that's all sewn. I'm going to get my sewing machine out of the way and move my... Okay, it's going to be wiggly. Move my... camera back. All right, I'm sorry about that. It's just that if I try and do all of this and then, oh gosh, I'm sorry. If I try and do it and then edit, it just takes so long. So I apologize. You guys can fast forward or something, right? See if I can get everything tight again. All right, now I'm gonna have to try and stay in camera for you guys. All right, let's ink them just a little bit. Let's see here. It will be a little bit hard to ink because it's really flexible but sturdy, so that's good. But let's see, we'll go like this and get a little bit on that fold. It's not a perfect fold, obviously, but we'll try. Try and get a little bit here. And then down the sides. Okay, so there's that one. I know I've said this before, but I'm really hoping that my daughter can spend some time and show me, you know, she makes videos for school all the time. They have to do so many presentations and things like that these days. And a lot of times, like, homework is a video report and just all kinds of things. So she makes videos and puts them together and edits and all that all the time. So she looks at me like, Mom, and I'm like, oh, Emily, you just have no idea. You just have no idea. And she's like, no, actually, Mom, you have no idea. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Some things just come so easy to some people, and, you know, that's just not something that comes easy to me. Almost there, you guys. Almost there. I like how soft that it is. Okay, let's decorate them just a little bit. I'm not going to do much on them. And like I said before, I'm making 2 journals, so I'm so sorry if I've been out of camera doing all that inking. Not that the inking matters too much, but I'm sorry about that if I was. So I'm going to add some blue rickrack because I thought that would be cute. And I'm going to add it above so we can still see some of that stitching. We don't want our stitching to go to waste. And I think what I'm going to do is get it started with my hot glue and then do some Fabri-Tac. I don't know what the hot glue, actually, I don't know what the Fabri-Tac will do to it either, but I mean, I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll seep through or anything. Okay. Put just a little bit on the end to keep it in place while the Fabri-Tac dries. Cute. And so this is going to serve as a, you know, a little bit of weight. Well, I'm going to put a little flower on it also. But otherwise, I wasn't quite sure, you know, how to hold the flap down. Okay, we'll do some more Fabri-Tac. And then I have, you know, just these fabric-y flowers. Now, they're off a little bit, and I want to make sure, yeah, they're totally off. So I think what I'm going to do is put another hole in them if I can. If I can manage, you know, hopefully I can manage. That's not necessarily great, but it was really off. So let's just see. Oh my gosh, Stephanie. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut this because I'm gonna hot glue this down anyway. And that way I can get this right where I want it. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me get the journal over here. Well, it's not journal, it's just a signature. I was thinking this page. So maybe on this side. So that it doesn't, you know, cause a problem with the spine. All right, we're going for it, you guys. We're going for it. We're just gonna put some glue on there. These brads, this is a brad that I found so long ago at a thrift store. I have no idea what, you know, company or anything like that. But so now that will hold that closed, no problem. And we're gonna go ahead and glue it down so that we actually have something just down in this journal or signature, because so far I've just got papers. I don't have any ephemera made yet, so let me get this paper clip off there. It feels really nice and not bulky or anything, so that's good. So let me just show you, I have something this. So this, you know, something can go in here, and then also it needs to be the right size, but something can go down in here and close, but of course, if it's the right size. So I think that it's really cute. You could put a label on it if you wanted to. You could add, you know, ruffle something down at the bottom, fabric. I don't know how much time. Yep, 28 minutes. That's pretty good. So I don't know. I might play with this just a little bit more and see if you did something like you just folded it and, you know, folded it and did sewing here and here, it would be much quicker than what I did. It's just, like I said, I was trying to get this stuff where it could be seen, and that was going to be pretty hard based on where it was in the pattern paper. So, okay, you guys, I hope that you like them. I think they're cute. This down here probably needs a little something, but I don't know what that'll be yet. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.